Okay, this is a video tutorial for week 7, part 2, lesson 5. First off, you open the Eco Promo video end text, which I have here. And the first thing is you're going to add a new video group that will hold text. So I'm going to go down here to the timeline, and I'm going to first minimize these other groups that I have. And right here on group 1, I'm going to click over here and then add new video group. And that's going to add over here to the right on the layers is going to add video group 4. I'm going to hide these other video groups so I can add my text here, and then I'll grab this and then I'll just put some text here. And it automatically makes my text layer, and I'm going to first make this bigger, and the text that it's going to have is embrace the earth, feed your soul, have the time of your life, what's your destination, question mark. Okay, so I'm going to do a control A. It's way too big. I'm going to put this down to 24. I also want to change the color here, make this red. I'm going to make this just this portion a little bit smaller because it's not all fitting. Alright, just like that. Now the next thing we need to do is move the text to the end of the video where the hiker is about to raise his poles. Okay, so in this scenario you need to turn on the video group here so you can see where that portion of the video is. And I'm gonna grab this and move it to the end, to the summit, to make sure that's where the hiker is. Sorry, my computer's slow here, but just give me a second while this loads up. And what we're going to do is move this here. This is the text. Here on the timeline down here, this is the text, so we're going to just click it and drag it over to this last portion here. And I don't know what happened with my timeline, but there we go. I'm just trying to make it a little bit bigger so I can see what's going on. Alright, so I need to move it a little bit over. So I'm going to move this a little bit more over there. Let's see, because we need this when the guy's about to put his hands up, or raising his hiking poles in victory. That's when we're going to put the text. I'm sorry, my computer's really acting up right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Now let's see if we play this just to see where the actual text is coming up. Alright, so it looks like it comes up before he puts his hands up. But later on in this is okay because we're going to make this text the text will be small and then it grows, and then right before his hands go up and then it fades out, that will be the maximum. So I think now it's okay with how it is. Having the text start right when you see the hiker. Which is right there. So right when the hiker comes on, that's when the text comes. And then so that will be the end. What we're going to do now is we need to adjust this end layer to make it end right when this bottom video ends. So I'm just going to click here and then drag to the left to make them line up at the bottom here on the timeline. Right there. There you go. Just clip that little end off. And next is add a layer style to the text to help it pop from the background video. Okay, so if we want to add a layer style, we go to the layers, make sure that you have the text layer highlighted, and then click this button here, and you can add whichever style you want to add. I will add I'll add a drop shadow. And you can play with this to see what looks best. So I'm gonna put the shadow on the bottom because it's going to start out small and then get bigger. So I'll have the shadow from going to the top here. Next, the size of the shadow and then the distance. Just adjust that a little bit, and then if you want, you can put a little bit of noise in it. I'll just leave it like that, and there you go. You can see the shadows there. Makes it pop out a little bit more. Now next is we need to add the animation. So the first what we're going to do here is click on the timeline, click on this arrow next to the video group that has the text layer in it, and then click down. And you're going to click this clock where you want it to be the maximum, height. So I would say just a couple of seconds. It should have one. I'm gonna have 1 second that has the max. So I'm gonna put it here at 21.06. That's gonna be the first keyframe. Now next, what I need to do is I need to select I click this to select the text. I'm going to move this back to where I want, right where the text first comes up. which is here, and I'm going to click this middle button on the to add my next keyframe, and this I'm going to make it the small text box like so. Alright, and that should be good for the animation, so that should make the text get bigger as it goes between these two keyframes. So we'll go ahead and test that. Just move your time frame back a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing you have to do before you test it is up here at the top, you have to confirm it. And now you can move this back and then click play and then see if your text is getting larger. There it goes. Starts out small, gets bigger and bigger as it moves through the keyframe here on the bottom. That's the animation. And for the last second, it should be the full. There it goes. And the last second, and then end. And then we have two more things to add here. Add a fade with black transition at the end of the text clip. You just click here on the timeline, click this last box. Click fade with black, drag it to the end of the text, and make sure it does it. Test it. And everything fades to black all at the same time, and that will complete this tutorial. Thank you for watching.